So today I wanted to go over some data points that I track on a daily basis. The reason I choose these is because of how easy it is to track them. It all happens in the first minute or two that you're awake, and that gives you the best results, by the way, is in the early morning. So without getting too elaborate with tracking macros and things like that, these data points are very simple, very quick way for you to check your progress, whether it is to gain weight, whether it is to lose body fat, whatever the case may be, you need some type of data point, and this is what I keep track of, and I think it'll be very easy for you to keep track of as well. All right, guys, so this is the document I use in Google Sheets. Google Sheets is a free program. If you don't know how to use it, there's plenty of YouTube videos on how to. So check those out. Otherwise, there's other ways to keep track of this information. One way that I wish I had thought of before I built this is just using a calendar. Okay, you just get a calendar and write in every day. You put it above the toilet. You put in your body weight, your body fat, your BMI, and your grip strength. For me, I use this sheet. I keep my laptop on my breakfast nook. I get all my data points. I come down, I open up my laptop, and I punch in the data. So the first thing I want to go over, and you have to keep track of it, is the date. Okay, so you want to know every single day what you're doing, what data points you're getting. Okay, even if you miss the day, but still, just you got to know the date. Plain and simple. Doesn't need an explanation. The next one is your weight. Obviously, this is very important. It doesn't matter if you're trying to gain lean muscle, if you're trying to lose body fat, if you're trying to gain body fat, you got to keep track of your weight, okay? Now, here's how I keep track of my weight. I have this exact scale. It's a Taylor scale. It's digital. I prefer digital scales. I use all different types of scales. They have the triple beam at the gym. I also have an analog scale. I don't even really use it for keeping track of my body weight. Um, this is a great scale. Digital is the most accurate. And the other thing about this is not my body weight, by the way. Um, it has a function where you can enter your height, your age, and then you can, and also if you're a male or a female, and then these metal bars here are able to track your body fat percentage. So what you do is you step on the scale, you get your body weight, and then you press the power button. It'll say person 1, and then it'll say 5'10", 31 years old, and it'll go to 0. You step on the scale, you make sure as much of your foot is covering these metal pieces as possible, and it takes a second, and it'll give you your body fat percentage. It'll also tell you your potential water weight, etc. But all that we're talking about here is our third data point, which is your body fat percentage. Okay, so that's the function of this scale. They're available at Target for $25. I got mine at the thrift store for $5. I don't mind buying things from the thrift store. So the significance of body fat is that it just basically tells you how much of your body is body fat. Now, it's not an entirely accurate data point, okay, but to say the least, it gives you a data point to track on a daily basis that is very easy to get, and you want to know what your range is, okay? So if you just look at my data points here I was 158 with 16.6% body fat, and then all of a sudden, less than a week later, I'm clocking in at 161.2 with 1.3% less body fat. Now, that might be accurate, but to me it's not. I mean, you just see the fluctuation here, 17, 14.7. That's a big fluctuation. But at least it gives you a data point so that you know if you all of a sudden hit 10%, that's a big deal. If you hit 25%, that's a big deal. So it's very easy to track, so you might as well track it, okay? And this is the chart here. So the green is ideal. I'm right in here constantly. I'm sorry, right in here. Okay, so it's ideal. For me, I would love to get to the lower end of this, but my one of my goals is to get to 175 pounds first, and then I'll worry about cutting and getting down to this. I also need to find a more accurate way to track my body fat percentage, but this is a good way for now. The next data point you see here is the BMI. BMI is easy. You step on the scale, you get your weight for the day, you open up your laptop, and you go to, you type in BMI calculator. You punch in your body weight, you punch in your height, and it gives you your BMI, plain and simple. You don't even need to go to another website. This whole calculator here is right in Google, okay? So that works out perfect. And because what it stands for is body mass index. So your body, the reason it's not an accurate data point is because it doesn't speculate the difference between your body fat and your body mass, your lean muscle. So you don't know entirely, it doesn't know. There's no way for it to know. It's a calculator in Google. How could it know what your body fat is? It would be nice if there was another calculator that also took this number into consideration, but there isn't. And again, it's just a daily data point for you to track. So for me, 5'10", looking at 160 pounds. All right, so I'm right here, 23.1. I'm in the healthy area, okay? Now again, I would like to eventually push it down to about 19, but I'm not worried about that right now. I'm more concerned about getting to 175. But again, this is just another data point for you to track on a daily basis. And you can see mine is, you know, within 0.4 every day from when I started. So keep track of that. It's very easy. And the last thing that I keep track of is my grip strength. The reason I keep track of grip strength is because you use your wrists and your hands on every single upper body exercise that you do. So it's extremely important to have a strong grip strength and a strong wrist, okay? But to say the least, it's very easy for you to calculate on a day-to-day basis to track your improvements if you are improving. And what I do is I have an analog scale like this. And the reason I don't like analog scales for body weight is because you know, it seems like every time I step on, step off, the middle fluctuates and I have to adjust this little wheel on the bottom here. So I strictly use this to track my grip strength. And what I do is I pick this up, I take it in my hands, and I squeeze it as hard as I can. And whatever I can hold it on for 1 or 2 seconds, that's what I mark as my grip strength, okay? So as you can see, this was probably me not trying or just learning how to do it, really. But this seems to be where I'm holding, is right around the 145 area here. So that's how you track your grip strength. It's another data point for you to keep track of on a daily basis. That just shows your improvements, okay? All right, so there's 5 data points for you to track on a daily basis. It takes about a minute to do all of them. The hardest one to do is to put in your BMI into Google, and that takes all of 20 seconds. So I hope that helps out. I hope that helps someone out there. You know, it could be a lot to keep track of all your macros and all of that, but these 5 data points at least give you a reference to see how you're doing on a daily basis, okay? So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon.